Hi. It's Mrs. Stitches. My name is Sheila and this is a Flosstube or a video about cross stitching. Welcome everybody. Hi. This is my episode number 17. And as always, this is going to be round three of my Whip It Up, or my Battle of the Whips, which was an extension from my May Madness or May thing. So, hi everyone, welcome. I realized I got some new subscribers, and I probably I'm not always really good at reiterating or telling things that some people coming new may not know. So I thought I would maybe give a tiny little reintroduction. Like I said, my name is Sheila. My channel is Mrs. Stitches, and the way Mrs. Stitches came from is that my husband and I got married late in life, in our 50s, our first marriage. And just on our honeymoon, it was fun for him to call me Mrs., and that has stuck. And I call him husband. And it's just, they're silly little names. There's nothing derogatory, but it's just our way. He always calls me Mrs. and I always call him husband. But I changed it to husband. And it's like we have a bond, and he's like Mrs. And so Mrs. Stitches. And it's spelled a little different than the normal because that's the way we're just playing with it. I live in southwest Nova Scotia. I'm horrible with directions here. I was really good when I used to live in British Columbia. This is Canada, by the way. And when I moved to Nova Scotia, I got a little turned around on directions. And it's kind of weird because Nova Scotia's on angles. So what I always think are north-south are actually east-west. And I just get really mixed up. But I'm down in the southwest corner. And we have on one side the Bay of Fundy, and on the other side, St. Mary's Bay, and we're right near the ocean, and it's a lovely place to live. We've lived here now for coming up 3 years, and we love it so much. I'm retired, and I spend a lot of time stitching. That's all I do. My husband jokes that it's my job to stitch, and so that's what I do every day, all the time. About 10 hours a day, I just stitch. Occasionally I clean, not very much. So I've been gardening lately, so that's good too. We actually went on a little bit of a kind of vacation just 2 days ago. Not really a vacation. It was just, we live in an isolated spot. We're on a remote. We're probably a solid hour plus from a major grocery store. So everything is a bit of an effort because there's ferries involved. We're on an island. And so going somewhere, it's easy to just stay where we are because we have a beautiful view, and it's like we always say we're living our vacation all the time. And so the other day we were going to go to a plant sale. And so we had from Facebook saved the poster, and we started driving. It was going to be about hour plus drive to the plant where we thought the plant sale was. Got part way in, and John, my husband, says, why don't you plug it into Google Maps? And so I looked at the poster that we had screenshot, and it doesn't have a town listed. And so I plugged in the location, and what came up was Digby, which we'd already passed, and we were on our way to Annapolis Royal. And we're like, oh, and we decided to carry on with where we're going and try and see if we could find it, still believing it was there. It probably wasn't Digby. We never found it, and instead we found a tourist attraction called, it's Port Royal, and it's sort of one of these, they said it was the first North America, or the oldest North America habitation or colonization. So it's they had recreated these buildings. It wasn't a fort, it's called Port Royal, and they would have like a blacksmith and a baker, and it was just like all these men living there year round and kind of trying to settle the area. And so they were establishing this group of buildings that were in the shape of a fort, like it was like a little square, and they would hunt different furs and then trade those with the indigenous community and blah blah blah. And but it was kind of this reenactment, and it was neat. When we arrived, she asked that we, as if we were moving there and being the new recruits, what our skill sets were. And so John is a great baker, so he was a baker. At first we said a blacksmith, but then we decided no, it's better baker. And I said, of course, I'm a seamstress or stitcher, and so I was described as the tailor. But they were doing demonstrations on how to hand make shingles, so splitting off a shingle shake off a thing, and then you kind of shave the shingle. And so I got to do that. I got to shave the shingle because nobody else was brave enough to stick their hand up and volunteer. And so I'm going to just show you a little video, tiny, just short, about 10 seconds long, of me shaving a shingle. So that will be shown right now here.
Both feet on each side.
Yeah, I have both feet, but I think it's... Oh, going a bit too deep. Cool. I think it's because my butt... So there you go. That's me shaving a shingle, doing a little bit of craft work out in the Great Wilds. So that was our adventure. And then the other thing is we actually went, I don't have it here, I'll pause. So we stopped off at a garage sale, and it was really funny because as we were pulling up to the garage sale, like, again, we're remote, there's not a lot of stores around, and I don't really hear much about cross stitchers around here. Everybody used to cross stitch. We pull up to this garage sale, and I said, oh, I'm not going to find any cross stitching here. Walk up to the table, and what do I see? I see 2 cross stitching kits. One is kind of was a miss. I bought it anyways. It was $3. The other one was $2, and the $2 one is better. But so the $3 one I got is this Sunset Stitchery. And I knew this looking at it. I could see it was with like a yarn. What I didn't notice, like it's stamped, but actually you don't even stitch all this. You're just stitching parts. So it is crewel work, crewel embroidery, I think they call it. So I may or may not do it, but so this is it. It's called House on Elm Street. And so this one was $3. And then the other one I got, which turned out to be really cool and cute, is a Janland, and it is called, and it was $2, it's called Cottage Trio. And so there's actually 3, it's a stiff 14 count Aida, and all like 6 hanks of mixed up yarn, just like how Dimensions used to do it. So you have to kind of sort it out, and 3 patterns. And so it's kind of nice little quick stitch, well, not quick stitches. They actually look pretty complicated. They got lots of colors in them, but really cute little stitches. So I'm looking forward to that. I've started sorting out the hanks and trying to figure it out. So I've done 1 of 6. So it's kind of a project to do as I go. Then we went into some Salvation Armies, Salvation Army. And I got this, which I thought was super cute. It's a little bag. Now the only thing is, and be warned, this is obviously a freebie out of a magazine. It was the gift inside a magazine, and it includes everything. It's got the fabric, a needle even, floss, and some finishing ribbon. The only thing it doesn't have is instructions. The instructions are inside the magazine. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This again is embroidery work. Whether I can figure it out from the picture, we'll see. Maybe after I do the other one, maybe I'll have a better feel for how how to do that because it's like a little lavender in a circle. So it's from, I think it's called Needlework Embroidery Kit, but I imagine it's a European magazine because they said the value is £4.50. That simple. Sorry. Oh, my ignorance is showing. Oh. And then also in the Salvation Army was this. It's Sew Me messenger bag, and everything's included in here. Regularly it was $20. I got this for $3, and so I thought that could be fun, and that could actually, I mean, it's obviously a kid's thing, but I'm not an expert sewer, so I'm actually pretty excited about it. I took it out and I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm going to use it as a project bag. So that's to be made. So those were some nice little finds. Now, so that was sort of my haul. I've had some other little bit of haul, but that's the main haul. I want to show you a finish. I have a finish. And I'm hoping that this will be my screen grab. I don't know how to make screen grabs, but there you go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So this is from a Cross Stitch magazine, from a Halloween edition. I have the magazine here. I had it right here. Okay, so it is from the magazine. I don't know why I make that sound, sorry. Probably annoying. Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition. This was 2018. The piece is called Ready to Party. I call it Owl and Cat. And so I'm going to just hold it up one more time. Oops. The design was by original artwork by Sarah R. Cancel, Cross Stitch adaptation by Elizabeth Spurlock. And I believe in the 2021 edition of the Halloween edition, there's another one by the same person because it looks the same. It's slightly different. But so this was challenging, not because it was on black, but that was one of the things. It was also all those grays. In here, I think there's, 6 different shades of gray. And then the other thing that was challenging was the pattern, the direction things were done in. So I found that it worked finally. I was having a really hard time just working my colors because it was always going this way. And I normally start, I'm a top left to bottom right worker, and that was going against the way it would just naturally flow. So in the end, to finish off this last little bit, I actually went down to the bottom right and worked my way to the top left, and it flowed much better. And so I found that interesting to think about, is that, you know, maybe sometimes when a pattern just seems difficult, maybe it's just a matter of changing the way you work it. It could be that it's just designed a little differently. But I think that turned out great. I'm going to make this into a pillow. For me, pillows are much easier than framing, and I try to find frames. I don't have tons of frames, but all the frames I do have, we got some at a auction, a box of frames, and they all don't seem to be the right size, and they're old and they're hard to open up, and they're too much. So I am gonna make this into pillows. So I hope to have 2 fully finishes next Flosstube, which will be in 10 days, I hope. So what I did was, so this was in my round of 16, and I knew it was close to a finish, so I actually have been working on it each day to get a finish, and I have a list of ones that can be finishable. And what I did was, once they're finished, I get to do a new start. And I got a list of kits. And so I put them in Tiny Decisions, and I spun them and I got a winner. So I'm going to show you the video. I videotaped my spinning and decision. I did it this morning. So I'm going to insert that here. Here we are. I'm now going to find the spin. Tiny decisions. I'm picking my next start. Here it is, the which kit to start. It's very exciting. I got the whole family here, so it's all the cats and the dog and the bird and my husband. So here we go. There's 3 things I really want. There's 1 I don't want, but here we go. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's okay. That's one of the ones I wanted. Yay! Fox and Hound. Olive's very excited. You knew. Yay! Woo! So I said Fox and Hound, and I had Fox and Hound written. It's really Hare and Hound. The Hare and Hound is by Modern Folk Embroidery. And here's a picture of what it'll look like when it's finished. And I haven't started yet, but this is the fabric I'm going to do it on. And this is the floss I'm going to do, monochromatic with this green. And it will actually fit almost halfway. It's longer than it is wide, and so it's almost going to fit halfway on this. So it'll be sort of like that. That'll be about the size. It's a little bit wider than that, but that's the size. So I will do a corner start, and then I'll have leftover fabric and I'll cut that off when I'm done. So that's my plan. So I'm planning to start that tomorrow. So you'll see it next time. So that's exciting. Let's see. Let's go with our whip go. Battle of the Whips. Whip it up. So for those of you that haven't been here all along, for the May Madness or May matchup, I decided to take 16 of my whips. My bird, we have 2 birds. One's an African gray, and African grays love to chew. He chewed the bottom of this. So started off with, I picked, I only had 15 whips to choose from, so 1 got repeated, but 16 whips in round 1. They each got 1 day each. The one with the most stitches moved on. So in round 2, I had 8 whips. They got 2 days each. And so I added them up, and the one with the most moved on. And that was, so then there were 4. And that was the round we just finished, round 3. So let me show you what was matched up and who won. So starting off, the first one was Pandemic. And so Pandemic, I'm sure you all, Long Dog Samplers, Pandemic, everybody knows it and loves it. This is mine. And so, oh, it doesn't quite fit in. I probably can't see. Oh, I got more down here. Let's see if we can just, I'm going to hold it up blind. Let's see how well this goes. I can't see a thing. Oops, there we go. There we go. It fits. Yay. Okay, so that's my Pandemic. I believe I'm about, did I write it in my notes? Did I write it in my notes? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I'm at about 30%, I think. So I mostly worked, I got a bunny done. I worked down here. I think I finished off some of this, and I'm started over here, and I did this bunny. And so I'm kind of working my way that away. What was interesting about this one that I was going to mention is that I had an original color plan that I was going to do all the border. I had some leftover, I got at Going Out sale, some Anchor threads, and they had some blue, green, and brown. They weren't very pretty colors. The blue was nice. So I had multiple skeins, and I really never clued in or looked at the pattern very well to see how many skeins were used. I know lots of people did calculations, and I just winged it. So I don't know if I'm going to run out of the blue. The blue is just doing 2 stitches all the way on the outside border. And then I was using this green, which was the majority of it. I was doing the animals in brown, which I think is fun because look at them. Look at my little rabbit there. Isn't he cute? I love the rabbit. And as I was going, I actually ran out of, or I have run out of the green. And so now I found DMC that kind of matches, and I'm just kind of winging it. And then I started throwing in some more colors just to spice it up. So I am really just, this is stitching from the stash and it's just having fun. And so it is fun. So back to the contest. Pandemic was up against an old one. This is one of my very first dish, and it's a stamped kit off of Amazon, Starry Night. And so Pandemic got 724 stitches. Starry Night got 525 stitches. That's 3 days of stitching, but 724 was pretty good for Pandemic. So Pandemic won and went through. So it's on to the next round. So yay, Pandemic. We'll get to see more of it. Starry Night, I complained about it having it hurting my hands because it's such a stiff Aida. It's 3 strands and it's 14 count. And just going through, it was really hard on my fingers. I forced it into a hoop. It was really hard to get in a hoop because it was so stiff, and I think it's thicker or something. It's thicker. And but I got in a hoop and stitching went better. So I found a way to make it work, and that was good. And so Starry Night goes away for a bit till the next contest. The next matchup is this is a Carol Manning. I'm not sure if it's one of her Star series or what it is, but it's called Birthday Cake. And I got it last year as part of my birthday start. And so this is Birthday Cake. I've done quite a bit. It's such a small stitch. And I'm not sure if I have this right way up. I don't. It's actually this way up. So I'm kind of just working my way along. So I'm less than 10% on this. I think I'm around 9% or 8%. But I love it. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I'll bring it in a little closer so you can see a bit more. But really pretty. So that's Birthday Cake. It got 755 stitches. And it was up against Mary Harry by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I got lots done on this. I am close to a finish. It looks like it's done. It's not. I still have words down along the bottom here, which said Mary Harry, her sampler, and a year. I'm changing that. And so you'll see when it's done. So I still have the words across. I got it all charted out. I'm doing Harry and Haney meeting 1782. So I still got to do that. It's over 1. It's on 28 count, over 1. Just the words, the letters that I've done. I'm doing 2 over 1 in this brown, this dark brown. And so it's a little slow going, but I'll get there. So it's 3 days. It got 510 done. So 755 versus 510. Birthday Cake got through. So it's Birthday Cake against Pandemic for the next matchup. And they will get 5 days each. And so I will be filming again in 10 days. If perchance I can't because we're traveling, because we're thinking of traveling then, but it all depends how things go, I will do it at the very end. But it's going to be a close matchup. So Pandemic was 724 and Birthday Cake got 755. So it should be a good contest. So 5 days, and I might say within 50 they're tied and do a tiebreaker, but we'll see. We'll see. So look forward to that. That's to come. Okay. Now, let's see. What else do I have to show you? I got stuff around here. Oh, I'll show you my daily. So this is called Felix. And so I work on this each and every morning. I do 100 plus stitches. And so obviously I'm working up here. I'm working my way. The top is going to be right about there, top corner. And so I'm just kind of trying to work across. I probably won't go all the way across. I'll probably go to there and then I'll probably come down. But you can see the P is, sorry, the P is just about completely done. So it's coming along great. I love it. It's gorgeous. So that makes me happy every day. And then I'm going to show you Fruits Aplenty by Modern Folk Embroidery, which was their 2021 sale, stitch along, year-long stitch along. And so I'm working right now on the June box, which is right over here. And I still got about halfway to go on it. So it's a bit of a bear to stitch this one because there's all this blue here and it's just kind of, it's a little tedious this little bit, but and you can see it's going to be the mirror image of that. So once I get through that, it should go a bit better. I'm kind of getting there. So it's, I was working this on the weekends, putting in 1,000 stitches each weekend, but this one's kind of really gotten to me. So I'm switching now to an hour a day. So it still has to get today's hour, but it's a good stitch. I will get to that. I didn't bring up Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow or my temperature tree. I will show those next time. I haven't, I've worked a bit on Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, but I'm going to still show it next time. It'll be better when it's the box completed. Then I have my Monday, Wednesday, Friday stitches. So I'll show you these in the order I grabbed them. So first this is my Wednesday. It's a Teresa Wensler, Brilliant Plumage, and I misspoke last time. It's in the center is a bird, Brilliant Plumage. I don't know if I said that. And I said pheasant, and obviously it's a peacock, not a pheasant. It's hard to tell that it's a peacock though, because I always think of peacocks as a big fan of colorful feathers. But so I'm now doing the part of the box there, and then this is actually the start of the peacock right there. And even, oh, I got it upside down again. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. What? Oh, grr. So this is part of his shoulder, which you can see right there. There's a shoulder. Is it that shoulder? No, it's, they got two images. So it's that shoulder right there. And yeah, that's about what I'm working on. I'm trying to finish off. So this is the block I'm finishing off, and I want to get it finished by July. So I've broken this up into, it's 4 pages, 4 even pages, and I've broken it up into the 3 months, getting 1 page done in 3 months. So by the end of July, and then if I finish it before then, I will just work on other stuff. I'll take a bit of break. This is a bit of work. I always heard that Teresa Wenslers were challenging. They are. And I think it's just the color changes. There's lots of color choices and the blends, which is what everyone said. And I thought, oh, how hard can that be? But it's hard. It's a bit consuming, or I don't know what the words are. But this is my Language of the Flowers. I think we went somewhere. I think we had some trip. I can't remember where we went. We went somewhere on one of the Friday. We went somewhere, and I actually haven't twice, and I haven't got as much time on this as I hoped, but I'll show you what I've done. So this is Language of the Flowers by Rosewood Manor, and let's just give it a little bit more there to see. I'm working on, I believe it's the 3rd or 4th page. I'm going across. It's 12 pages total, so I'm trying to do a page a month. And right now I just almost finished up this. I'm working on the basket there, And this is a really, no, that's not. Yeah, so I just have to come down there, I think. And one thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you can see, I'm using, it's a Brennan needle floss that is sort of speckled, sort of like, and that, you can barely see it. It's all in here. And so it's sort of like a variegated, but also has speckles in it. And so I find that really fun. I actually wish I kind of used it on a darker fabric so it stood out a bit more, but it's all wonderful. So, and then my favorite of the month, so this is my chatelaine medieval herb garden, Herbularius, and I got a paper pattern, and I had been working off the paper pattern without marking anything down. It's been challenging to say the least. And so I finally got out to our library and was able to get it photocopied, the pattern. So now I am working off a working copy like a normal human being, and I am coloring it in as I go. So let's just move my needle minder out of the way. Come on, needle minder. Oops. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just, that's a disaster waiting to happen. The back of this is somewhere in there. It's probably gonna fall down, but okay, so this is what I've done. So I am loving this. So I'm going to be doing a big huge square all the way around this, and so that's gonna, I'm gonna work this like a sort of a corner or a page at a time. I started a little bit of the beading. Let's see if you can see that. Where's my beading done? There's some of my beading done all along here. It is really hard to see. You can kind of see it's shiny. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's challenging. It's slow. It's going to be a long project. My husband keeps asking me, when are you going to get that done? How long is that going to be? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, because it's a lot of pages, and every part's a little different, and there's specialty stitches, and there's so much beading still to go, because there's a lot of beading. All this white you see in here, all that's going to be beading. All that's beading. There's a lot of, oh, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It really makes me happy working on it. So that, it's a challenge for sure, but it's interesting because, and I think I said this before, and other people have said this. Oh, where'd my needle back go? Oh, I lost my needle back. Oh, there it is. Yeah, found it. It's right here on my lap. You have to, with it, read the instructions and read them again. And then you just have to kind of try it. The other thing is, and I think somebody suggested this, is that I belong to the chatelaine support group on Facebook. And I just searched what I was working on, Herbularius. And I then looked at all the pictures to just get an idea. So sometimes there's things like where they'll have a specialty stitch and they sort of describe the color, but you have to kind of figure out where that says specialty stitch is. Like they'll say the inside of the pond, and I'm like, inside the pond? This is the inside of the pond. And then they'll say the corner. Well, that was the corner. And then there's other corner borders. There was ones out here, and it's just, or no, they were actually here. And it's just trying to interpret with very few words what they're actually trying to tell you. And so that's where looking at somebody else's photos, how they've already interpreted, kind of gives me a hint. So there's that. Anything else? Well, I think that's it. So yeah, so I'm kind of mixing up my days a bit, and I'm kind of changing things up a bit. So, but still working on everything and loving everything. Mary Harry will be finished soon, and so I will spin the wheel again and start another kit start. I say kit start, but yeah, they're sort of kit start. Some are true kits, some are, I got a couple that are whips, but and then some, but it's just bringing them in the rotation. I'm fumbling over my words. Wow. Okay, let me just look at my little thing and see if I'm missing anything. No, that looks like it. I think that's all I was going to talk about. So it's a rainy day here, really gray, rainy day, and I still got my fruits aplenty to stitch on, and then I'm gonna work on It's Medieval Monday. Did I say the date today? I may not have said the date today. I think today's June 13th, 2022. One other thing too is I'm gonna Tall Grass Lane Stitchery won a needle minder from me 3 episodes ago, and I commented on her video to let her know, and I also commented on her comment, and I've announced it here, and she hasn't gotten in contact with me. I've left my email address out there a couple of times. Hopefully I did it right. So Tall Grass Lane Stitchery, if you could get in contact with me, I'd love to send out the needle minder. If not, I think I'm going to have to redraw it next time. So anybody who wants to enter, all the ones that were entered before will be still entered. I got you on the original wheel. And anybody else who would like to join the entry, they can comment on this video. And just the needle minder itself, where is it? Oh, it was on something. It's a seagull. It's a big, huge seagull. And so if you have any seagull stories, just give me a seagull story, or use the word seagull. Just write the word seagull, anything. The one before was stories about luggage or travel. And so anyone put the word luggage or seagull in, or a story about luggage and seagulls, and you'll be entered in to win the needle minder. And Tall Grass Lane Stitchery, if you get to me before the next video, which will be in 10 days or a little longer, but hopefully 10 days, then you'll have one. I actually have an extra one of my own. So if they do get in contact with me, I'm going to still send out another one. If they don't, then I get to keep one and send one out. So there you go. Whatever. I'll make it work. That's all that's important. And I guess that's my sort of motto, is making it work, because the owl and cat finish only happened when I switched the way I was stitching, and I made it work. And pandemic, I was running out of a color, and I just ended up matching up other colors. And I did that also with, I didn't even mention this, with Mary Harry. This was a kit, and I ran out of this color. It's a Leon Roxy Pacific. And so I actually went to my stash of DMC and found something similar. And I bet you can not tell where I put the DMC in. Maybe you can. It's slightly brighter. It's actually down on this corner side here. But made it work. That's what you do. You just make it work however you can. So with that, everybody, have a good couple of stitchy weeks. I will see you hopefully in 10 days, and take care. Bye.